Greetings, listeners. It's your Destiny Pusher, Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey, and it's time to push through on this Fighting Friday so you can be restored and sprung forth into your destiny. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Williams-Bey Radio Show here on 101.3 Rejoice FM 990 AM. We are also streaming live on Facebook at Bay Radio and the Rejoice Facebook as well. And you can find us on YouTube and also Spotify. I am Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey, your Destiny Pusher, and it is Fighting Friday. So listen, guys, I'm just so excited that you have just joined us again on this Friday. Just please make sure that as you come in that you share the broadcast. And for those of you that are actually tuned in live on the radio, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Just thank you guys so much. Let us know where you're actually tuning in from, because I know I have some supporters from across the nation. So represent in the comments, guys. Make sure that you represent and let me know where you're tuning in from, okay? But listen, guys, I don't know about you all, but it's been a pretty good week. I pray that you guys had an amazing week. And if not, guess what? We're going to look forward to next week and tomorrow just being better than yesterday was. Look, that's a word right there. But listen, guys, I'm just so excited because I have a really, 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 really special guest. Listen, I always bring you guys all the flavor, all the women with all the wisdom, even the men with the strategies. But I have a favorite, guys, a favorite here in RBA. Listen, and you better watch out for her in the nation. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on my lovely guest. Look, the literary, right, genius that you all may know. And if you don't know, you're going to know her after today. Miss Amanda Eaddy. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you doing? It's so good to see you and your beautiful face. I'm so excited to be on here with you. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it's been a long time. I'm just so honored to just have you on. You are just so amazing. I just love you. You always have just inspirational content. You have even came and spread your love to the children that heaven sent with your book. So I'm just glad to just share you with the world. So just tell everybody a little bit more about yourself. Let them know your name, where you're from. Are you originally from Richmond?
No, ma'am, I'm not. I'm not originally from Richmond, Virginia. I've been in Richmond the longest though, but I'm not originally from Richmond. To all the listeners, hi y'all. I am Amanda Eaddy McKeithan. I am also known as a literary enthusiast, and pretty much words is what I do. I teach women how to secure and increase their income through the power of storytelling. And I do it through ghostwriting, writing coaching, creative consulting for small business owners. I am obsessed with words and women and just wisdom. And so I'm super excited to be here. But to answer your question, Cynthia, I'm not from Richmond, Virginia. I came here a long time ago. I started my freshman year. I started at Virginia Union and wound up transferring to Virginia State. And that's how I wound up being in the area. But I was born in South Carolina, Hartsville, South Carolina.
Okay, you're a Southern girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, wow. So I love that. First off, I love the name. I love that name. And that is just something that's just so great, just to see a woman that just writes so well, just you speak so well. I mean, just you just created a whole business out of the love of writing.
Yes,
right? Like, how did that happen? Like, how did you fall in love with writing and with words?
You know what? That is a good question. I all I remember is being in third grade, right? And in third grade, I used to write all the time. And it got to the point where my teacher would notice. And so we would have, at that school, we would have like author of the week and author of the month. And I would always be the author of the week or the author of the month. And I would get a pencil and my stories would go on the bulletin board for other people to read, right? And I had accumulated so many pencils that my dad put it on a plaque. And you know, you got this young girl, daddy's girl, little girl, and I'm noticing, oh, my words are magical, you know? And he created a plaque for me of all the pencils from author of the week, author of the month, honor roll, and he put it on the wall. And I'll never forget that. I was like, wow, my words must be a big thing. My words must be a prize, you know? Wow. But of course, I became a teenager. And I was writing a little bit in high school, but not that much. A little poetry here, little short stories here, but I was also trying to find myself. And so in the process of finding myself was more important than the actual words, if that makes sense. But yes. I remember at 17, my dad asked me, Amanda, what is it that you want to do with yourself? And I said, I just want to write. And he said, well, how are you going to make that happen? And of course, at 17, I had no idea. But I stuck with it. I published my first book in 2010, and since then I have 9 titles. My recent book was Shaka Loves Mama, which I wrote about the mother-daughter relationship. I talked about me and my daughter, our journey, the little things that we did when she was a little girl. She's about to be 18 years old, but I talked about that. So 9 books, and then I've ghostwritten probably like 10 books for other people. And so just words, it's something about words. I really believe that, especially for women, we can either heal or we can either heal or we can kill with our words. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Our words are so powerful. They really are. And I believe that when women make a decision to share their words in a positive light, meaning their stories and all the things that they've gone through, it gives another woman permission to do the same. And I know that God has me on this earth to encourage other women to do that. It's not easy, but it's purposeful. And when we do it, it just creates this domino effect. And for the past 12 years, this has been my thing. This has been my platform, just to help women see that their stories are necessary and powerful, and to show them how to get it done, whether I'm writing it for them, whether I'm coaching them through it, or just setting an example. And so I am fulfilled in doing this work. And so that's a little bit about me.
Listen, I love it. And I love how you talk about the power of the words, you know, and just talk about we can either use our words to help or we can use to kill. And listeners, you don't understand, as a woman, as a child of God, right? You know, it's in a word that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what is it that we're speaking? Are we speaking life to situations? Are we speaking death to situations? Are we speaking division? Are we speaking chaos? Are we speaking, you know, what is it that we're speaking? So I just love that you said that. And one of the things I love also is that you said it's not easy. Oh my God. And you say you've been doing this for over 10 years.
Yep, for about 12 years. 12 years.
Did you guys hear that? Over 12 years. And I want you to, let's blow up. Let's get the grenade. Let's blow up that false narrative of this overnight success thing.
It does.
Right? Listen. Everybody seeing you shining, they seeing you glittering, they seeing the interviews, and they're just thinking, oh, let me go do that. And then when it doesn't work in 2 days, they're ready to throw in the towel, right?
Right.
It takes time. Can you just talk about that?
Yes.
To the audience about that consistency and time, that it takes time to be processed to get to this place?
It does. If I'm gonna be real with y'all, I honestly didn't start to make good money until 2020 when COVID happened. Before then, I was doing a little bit here and there and calling it a business. Like I would write a bio here, or I would write an essay here. Or honestly, my very first ghostwriting client was in 2019, I believe. And you know a book, how long it takes to write a book, all the hours and everything like that. I only charged, I think, for that first client, $1,000, sis. $1,000. That was it. And I did not do any research, right? I didn't do anything. I was just like, oh, I know how to write. I write books for myself. I may do, essays and bios and emails and other creative content for other people. But a person came to me and said, can you write my book for me? And I was like, okay, yes, I'll do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it for $1,000. Not realizing that I was selling myself short. Everything that I was going to take, I was just happy. That's how passionate I was about my call. I was like, I'm just going to do it. But the more people came to me, I was like, yo, I cannot do this for $1,000. Yes. I need to research and find out what ghostwriters are charging. And once I realized it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a businesswoman for real. It took me a process mentally first to believe that I was deserving of the money that God was trying to give me. It was a process. Yes, I've been in the industry for 12 years, but I didn't believe in myself enough to charge my worth. Your price is your price. But I was like, no, they're not gonna pay me. They're not gonna pay me. Now I got people. Now I am choosing who I want to work with.
Girl, listen, that's a whole word right there. You get to choose. When you understand your worth and what you have to offer, yes, you get to choose, because all money is not good money.
You're right. Okay? It's not. And so this whole process of being a business owner is not an overnight thing. It really isn't. And it really starts up here mentally first. And you realizing why you're doing what you're doing. What is the problem that you are called to serve? What has God position you to do? And once you figure that out, you'll take the storms. You'll have mountaintop moments and you'll have valley moments. I'm currently, right now, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm in a valley moment. I'm like, okay, God, what's next? We got all this stuff going on, recession and all these different things. And I'm like, okay, it's time to pivot, but I want to make sure I do it in the right way, in a way that is going to set me up for success. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the money doesn't just automatically come. It's a process. Building a brand and people knowing who you are. If you believe that you are called to be a business owner, whatever, you got to stick with it. You got to be consistent, even when the money isn't coming. You have to be consistent, understand your core message, understand what you've been called to do, and consistently show up online, but actually offline too. So when we go in the community and we're doing networking events, and if you meet someone, who are you? What are you called to do? You never know. And so I'm just big on that. Just understanding the process, not trying to rush the process, embracing every step of the process. It's going to take you far if you do that.
Yes, definitely have to embrace that process, because when we tend to rush things or look at things from a very carnal perspective.
You're right.
Very carnal perspective. And I was actually in a clubhouse room, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a service. And one of the testimonies that the prophet had gave, he said he was like at an event, right? And he said it was like this major like ministry like mogul that was there that everybody knows. I'm not going to say names, but he was just saying he was there. Right. And he was saying how all the guys was just like, man, your suit is fresh, man. This look great, man. They see like the outside things, right?
Right.
And he said he pulled up to the side. He was just like, man. He was just like, you would think that when young men come in the presence of a man of your caliber that has reached this amount of success, you know, in ministry, in the marketplace, that they would be more interested in asking you questions in regards to like character, integrity. They're asking you about your tailor-made suits. They're asking you about, you know, your money, you know, being able to like get your Benz or your Bentley and stuff like that. But never did anyone ask you, how do you deal with the temptation? How do you as a married man remain, you know, faithful to your wife when you have women throwing themselves at you, right? In the church. You know, you going away on conferences and you gotta have security, you know, to keep women from coming to your door naked and all types of stuff. And it makes me think about what you're saying. Like, people don't understand that process. You know, and that it takes perseverance, that it takes great character, that it takes being tested, you know, and not saying that you're not going to fail, because yes, you're going to fail. I fell, you know, a lot of times, but it's like, okay, what do you do in those moments after the failure? Are you going to continue to go? Are you going to take those bricks of criticism and continue to strengthen your foundation and keep going? So I'm just glad that you said that, because a lot of people don't understand, you know, the process behind the product, the process behind, you know, that purpose, you know, that purpose behind the person. You know, and just being consistent in things, because I'm telling you, I can relate to your story that it takes time, but you want to listen to people and don't envy, you know, and say, oh, I can do this better and all that. Yes, but it's not about, you know, the gift, really, to be honest. I'm gonna bust your bubbles. It's not really about the gift, because people that's just gifted and don't have the anointing for something, they don't have the perseverance to keep pushing through, like my sister Amanda. They don't have the perseverance to keep pushing through, because when it's something that you're actually called to, you'll do it for free.
For free, you're right.
You'll do it for free. And then that's part of the process, because God will prune you. And that's part of testing the heart too. I think that's why we were able to do things for free, because God will essentially test your heart to see if he could trust you with the people that he's sending you. To make sure that you're able to be a good steward and know how to handle the blessing that he's sending to you. Because again, it's not just for us, it's for others. But he also wants us to be edified. He also wants us to be equipped. He also wants us to be elevated, right? Even in that process, you know. So I'm just so glad that you said that, you know, but I have to ask. Listen, I have to ask for all. Listen, did you ever have to deal with, because sometimes when we do things, right, that's not necessarily like popular. Have you ever dealt with, you know, any type of like bullying in school because of your love for reading and writing? You wasn't perhaps, you know, the girl that wanted to do the same thing that everybody, you don't seem like you was a follower. Okay. Right? And you were more so, you know, the girl that knew how to talk, knew how to express her words. I even know for myself when I was in school, you know, I wasn't you, right? I didn't really love school like that and reading and all that. But even in me speaking proper and things like that, I would get labeled and made fun of. Did you ever have to deal with that? And even in the industry, did you ever deal with, you know, any type of like people kind of shunning you because of what you did. It wasn't something that everybody did. It was different because what you do is different.
It is different. I've always been different. I've never wanted to be in the box. What I would say is, as when I was younger, let's say just teenager, I struggled with finding myself, like I said. And so I've always been good with words, but I also, it was a process of me trying to figure out who Amanda was. I knew that Amanda meant deserving of love. I knew that. And once I figured out that Amanda meant deserving of love, that was my focus. I need to figure out, why am I deserving of love? What makes Amanda so lovable? I was struggling. My relationship with my parents, especially my mother. My dad and I, we were a lot better, but my mother-in-law and I did not have the best relationships. And I didn't understand why. Back then, I just like, oh, this woman doesn't like me. But once I realized, as I got older and learned to forgive her, once I forgave her, I understood that it was a generational curse, and her mother had issues with her, and then her mother's mother had issues with her. So it was a constant thing of these daughters trying to be something for these mothers, and that's what I went through my whole teenage years. And so words, I understood how powerful words were and how they impacted my life, because my mother had said something to me that stuck with me, I think until I was like about 26. It was like she said that from the day I was born, I was a thorn in her side. My mother had me when she was 20. She got pregnant with me in college. And me being a teenager, trying to figure out my way, my mother said that to me. And that stuck with me for years. I had to figure out if Amanda is deserving of love, and my mother is saying that I'm the thorn of my side, how can that, in her side, ever since I was born, how could that be true? And so over the years, me going through therapy and really understanding just how powerful words were, I made a decision. This goes tied back to my purpose. I made a decision that I was not going to say anything. Now, we're imperfect human beings, but I strive to not say anything I can't take back. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to send someone to therapy, something that's going to make someone feel less than. People know that I'm going to affirm them. They know that I'm going to encourage them, because I believe that there's something in every single one of us there's something in us that needs to be seen, that needs to be heard, that needs to be cherished and treasured. And I feel like I'm one of those people that is supposed to help people know that they are seen, heard, and treasured. And so back then, it was a struggle. Me being outspoken, if I was in a small group, of course, I was going to be outspoken. But I think my relationship with my mother kind of affected how I could truly show up around everybody, if that makes sense. And so I've never wanted to be like anybody else. I don't want to dress like anybody else. I don't want to look like anyone. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I've always wanted to be different. And I always wanted to do things out the box. And yes, there's been individuals who have not always appreciated that, you know?
Yes.
But I've had to learn that, you know what? This thing here is between me and God. Either you like it or you don't, but either way, I'm gonna be all right. You know, I'm gonna keep on pressing. I just had to realize, what are you called to do and how are you gonna do it? And the people that are called to you are gonna come to you. Everybody else is irrelevant. But that wasn't easy. That took therapy, that took knowing my worth, that took me being okay with people not liking me, all of it. So I hope that answered your
Girl, listen, I need to get a bag of popcorn. Because you are serving it up. You are serving it up. So listeners, listen, have y'all ever, I need y'all to put it in the comments, have you ever been where she was? Have you ever been in that place where you just had to go through that process to be okay with who you were, what you were called to do, and be okay with people not liking you, right? You have to be okay with that. If everybody like you, something wrong.
Right. Something's wrong.
Something wrong. Especially with these people here in this world.
Right.
If everybody like you, something wrong. And you know when you doing the work of God and you're in your purpose, listen, darkness does not like light.
Not at all. Not at all.
Darkness does not like light. So some of y'all are so frustrated trying to figure out and still trying to fit in places where God didn't call you to fit in. He didn't call you to fit in. He called you to shine. He called you to be bright. He called you to blind them.
That's good. That's good.
You know, so stop trying to make people like you. That's not going to. Because one thing about it, I don't care how good people look. I don't care how many followers they got. I don't care how popular you think they are, whether they're well-known artists, public figures, or whatever. When I tell you, the soul of a man, the heart of a man will be exposed in situations like that.
Yeah, you're true. That's true. That's true. Tough times reveal everything. Everything. The condition of your heart is revealed through tough time, those valley moments when you're at the bottom. The condition of your heart is revealed, and I've had to learn that. And, you not being able to be okay with who you are and constantly working on you, because the woman that I am at 41 is not the woman I was at 19. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the evolution.
It has been
the evolution. Yes.
We could sit here all night and talk about this evolution. You hear me? And I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me because I had to learn how to be okay with Amanda and listen to the voice of God when people were trying to make me into this person or ridicule me for my past or whatever. I didn't make the best choices in the past. I can say that. You won't have to tell me that. I know that I didn't make the best choices in my past, but God has been with me every step of the way, and everything I've gone through has been purposeful. So if you are listening, I want to encourage you not to look down on anybody or to not even look down on yourself, because there's grace in it all. There really is. God
it's grace. Faithful. It's definitely grace. I love that. I love that. I love that. Ladies, listen, even gentlemen.
Yeah.
Even gentlemen. You don't gotta jump through hoops to try to be the man that she wants you to be. Let God do that.
Right.
Ladies, let God do it.
Right. That's right.
Because the more you try to make people to be who you are, God will turn their heart. He'll turn it hard because he needs to remind you, like, no.
Right.
That's my son. No. That's my daughter.
Right.
So you have to, be okay with who God called you to be. Oh my God. Like this has been such a great interview. Listen, we gonna go ahead and we gonna take a break, and get some inspirational music on real quick. And then we gonna come back because we need an inspirational song just to encourage you all to just really just walk in who you are, because you just never know. You're over here all upset, all depressed over what you're seeing somebody doing, social media, not realizing that their life a mess. Behind closed doors, or they dealing with suicide thoughts, or they dealing with mental illness. Like, listen, to whom much is given, much is required. Yes. You guys are wanting something that you're not ready for. Okay, so don't rush it. You gonna get it. It's gonna get there, but do not prematurely step into something. I'm telling you. Don't prematurely rush into no marriage. Don't prematurely rush into entrepreneurship. Don't prematurely rush into motherhood. Do it all in the timing of God. The timing of God. You ain't miss nothing. Listen, I'm telling you, you ain't miss nothing. It's coming. Because like it said, to whom much is given, much is required. So yes, you're going to get the bag, but that bag it's going to come with some additional taxes. Right?
Yeah,
I'm making it paid for y'all.
Yes.
It's going to come with some additional having to not just manage yourself, but manage some employees, and boy, oh boy.
Right.
Y'all see me in the great resignation, right? So to whom much is given, much is required. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Let's go.
Hello, Rejoice listeners. This is Cynthia Williams-Bey of the Williams-Bey Radio Show. Be sure to tune in with me every Friday at 12 noon here on Rejoice 101.3, because it's Fighting Fridays and it's time for you to push through so God can restore you and spring you forth into your destiny.
Jesus, you raise me. A clean heart renews me. I'm seeking you only, yeah. I'm seeking you only. You're the God who knows me, the God who loves me. He sees me worthy. I call him holy. And if God is for me, no devil in hell could be against me. And I believe that. Yeah, I receive that. You know I claim that.
This is your Destiny Pusher, Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey, and you are listening to the Williams-Bey Radio Show here on Rejoice 101.3.
With all my being, with all of my heart, I got to bless you. Precious Lord.
Have you ever gone through something that you never thought you'd make it through? Got a lot of questions going through your mind. Distractions all around. Feels like we're going down. I've got questions. Lord, we need a word. Lord, we need a word. Lord, we need a word. Tell me, what am I supposed to do when burdens are hard to bear? You know the tests and trials, they begin to overwhelm me. I know I can't go to my God. I got questions. Only you can answer. Lord, we need a word. Lord, we need a word. 'Cause it sustains me. It's changed me. You're amazing. And I'll never be the same. My healer, a keeper, redeemer. Lord, we need a word. So when trouble comes your way, you can lift your voice and say, oh Lord, I need a word. Oh. Hey, I need a word. I need a word. Oh. 'Cause it sustains me. It's changed me. It's changed me. Yeah. And I'll never be the same. My healer, all you do, Jesus. Lord, we need a word. Lord, we need a word. It won't always be like this, yeah. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. So many days I wasn't proud of, worrying and wondering about life situations. Couldn't see no sunshine. All I saw was cloudy days. Lord, I remember your voice telling me to keep holding on. No matter what I go through, you're there for me. You encouraged me and protected me. You made ways out of no way. That's why I choose you on a daily. You gave me strength on my dark days. So I know it's turning for me. My eyes see clearly now. Better days awaken me. I can't stop, I won't stop, because it's turning around for me. Yeah, it won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this.
I grew up too fast, that's why my life been on an up and down basis. And I done lived half of my life inside incarcerated places. Sick and tired of having to struggle with my back against the wall. Standing strong on my 10 toes, I can't stand another fall. Got 4 little kids that need me, so I know I gotta change. Responsibility make it harder, so I'm trapped in the game. Contemplating on tomorrow, steady blowing on that weed. Relieving stress, so I stay high, cause this stress I don't need. Situations be to be, I'm still alive. I'ma keep on holding on and praying blessings steady rise. You feel me?
It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around for me.
I pray for better days. Y'all don't understand that I wanted to give up battling with suicide thoughts. The pressure took over my mind. Now I'm racing to find out, Lord, where do I go? Situations taking the best of me. How further can you hear me? Give me direction to see clearly.
It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around. It won't always be like this. It's turning around for me. Better days. With my mind is better, and my heart is better. With my family is better, all around is better. I know better. Better days are coming. Yeah, yeah.
Said it won't.
Always, yeah.
Said it won't.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Williams-Bey Radio Show here on 101.3 Rejoice FM 990 AM. I'm your Destiny Pusher, Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey. And yes, I'm going to keep showing up every Friday because I need you, ladies and gentlemen, to get to your destiny, to keep pushing forward. Okay? And life obstacles, whatever come up against you, you have to continue to keep pushing forward so you can get to your destiny and the promises of God over your life and your family. I am here with my sister, the literary enthusiast here, Miss Amanda Eaddy. And we're going to go ahead and just jump back in this wonderful interview. Oh my gosh. For those of you that are just tuning in, I need you to catch the replay, okay? Catch the replay because she has been dropping some nuggets and some wisdom on the folks, okay? Yeah, so sis, tell us what's next for you. Like what else you got going on? What's coming next?
Well, you know what? I am super excited because God did. I'm gonna say God did.
Yes.
God gave me secure. Secure Yourself, Sis, a woman's empowerment movement in 2018, right? And last year. Last year. The end of last year, I had a teen girl brunch called Secure Yourself, Sis, a teen girls brunch. Right? And it was phenomenal. And then I was like, okay, what's next? Is that all I'm going to do with Secure? And God told me, no, you're going to get women together. And so I want you guys to stay tuned. We have Secure, a woman's playbook to life of stability, book anthology, and film coming soon. We're focusing on the book right now. And so we will be promoting the book in the next couple of weeks. The book should be launched by Black Friday. And then we're going to start filming. The goal is to highlight the lives of these women. I have 13 women who have decided to share their story of stability. And we understand that the secure process is a continuous process. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just stop, right? It's constant. We're constantly figuring out how to be physically secure, emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. And so they're going to share with you their stories as well as give you some tips and strategies that help you get through this process of security. So that is my big project for this year as well as 2023. And I'm super excited about it. It has been one of those things where you're like, gosh, should I really do this? And things are just falling into place. So I know that it's God. So that's my big project. But then next, is it next Tuesday? Yeah, next Tuesday. And I'm really working on coming out with classes to help people who want to write a book, who are afraid of storytelling or whatever. And so I have the writing school for the procrastinator. If you go to my website, www.amandaeaddy.com, you'll see that. And so one of our upcoming classes is next week. Is September the 20th. We are doing storytelling 101. And so if you're not able to make that class, trust me, I'm going to have plenty of more classes. I really want people to, especially women, to realize that their voices matter. And fear will keep you in bondage, right? Fear make you think that you don't need to open your mouth. But during these storytelling classes, we are going to talk about, why are you afraid of showing up online? What is it? Is it the camera being in your face? Why are you afraid of getting on podcasts? Why are you afraid of sharing your story? And not only that, I'm going to help you through that process, help you come up with content, help you identify your core message, who you're supposed to be teaching, who you're supposed to be talking, who you're supposed to be inspiring. I'm going to be there with you through the whole process. And so I'm super excited about the writing school for the procrastinator, because procrastination and fear typically keeps women, the women who have come to me, keeps women from sharing their story. And I want to get rid of that so that more and more women feel comfortable to share their story. So those are the two biggest things that are coming up. Eventually, my ultimate goal, Cynthia, is to go into films. I want to be one of the women who are highlighting the lives of Black women all over the world. That's my ultimate goal. Before I leave this earth, I want to say that I have created films that highlight the ups and downs of being a Black woman in this.
Girl, well, listen, we speaking it into existence now, because when we talk about life and death is in the power of the tongue. Right. So we're going to speak it, and I have had the opportunity, y'all, to interview the world-renowned film producer. Yes. We're speaking it into existence. Yes, girl, yes. I can totally see that for you, and I think that'd be really, really good, because we talk about stuff, but it's just another level of intensity and power when you can actually see the visual, like what we're speaking, we're writing about, when it comes to life on film. I can totally see that for you.
I'm so excited that whole visual piece, when you said that, the whole visual piece, us seeing it, what comes in our eyes, goes through our eyes, sticks with us,
Yes.
It does. Not to say that the reading, the words don't, but what we hear, what we see, like that whole visualization, it sticks with us. And I really want women to be able to connect with each other. Really connect with each other in every way possible, whether it's through the written words, whether it's through visual, speaking, whatever, because we are so much better together. I thank you so much. Just the fact that you allow me to come on your show, on your platform, and I thank you for just seeing me and, just honoring me. I don't take that lightly. It's humbled me in so many ways, and I'm so grateful. It's an honor to be on your show, and I want you to know that I see you. Everything, your story is powerful, and I'm excited for what God has next for you. So excited.
Glory be to God. Listen, all God, and I'm telling you, I just knew I had to continue, but I knew that it wasn't just for me. Right. It was for other women. And I think that's where sometimes when we miss the mark, when we feel like we have to like really be on an island by ourselves, and you know, it's just so much better when you do it together.
Right.
You know, when you have a sister to lock arms with, right? And then it's even biblical. 2 or 3 are gathered together.
Yes, he's in the midst.
He's in the midst.
Right.
You know, 1 could chase 1,000, 2 could chase tens of thousands,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6 sisters together can do. So that's why, you know, I always have someone else come on, because I understand, you know, the power in unity.
Yeah.
You know, and lifting each other up. Like, you know, listen, the days are over for self-made, you know, just all stages alone where there's no collaborating, there's no lifting sisters up. Like, even what you're doing, 13 women.
Got 13 women.
That is amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. And I am just looking forward to reading it, just seeing everything that's going to transpire and just come to life with it, just hearing the women's stories, you know. But listen, it's not going to be the last time we talking. We got
of course not.
We got to do together, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Richmond, we got some stuff that we need to do, because Richmond, we have to, you know, come on, Richmond. On Richmond.
We gotta come together. We're better together. Better together.
Yes. So, sis, please tell. Well, first, before you do that, I want you to just leave with like your favorite quote, inspiration. Just pour your inspiration and magic out on the women, the listeners, you know, and even the men that's listening. I know sometimes we can leave y'all out. We don't need to. We love y'all. We love our men.
We don't need to leave y'all out.
But yes, leave them with some inspiration.
Oh, okay. So I want to leave you guys with this. This is something that I say to myself, and it's very simple, very elementary, but I say it to myself all the time to remind myself of my capabilities as well as God's. I say I can do hard things. Simple. I can do hard things. Every single day that we wake up is not going to be rainbows and sunshine. There are going to be some hard moments that come our way, right? And sometimes in the hard moments, those are the times when we may want to hide and say, oh God, this is too much. I can't do this, God. Like, it's really a lot. And I want to encourage you to say, I can do hard things, whether it's hardness in your marriages, whether it's hardness at your jobs, whether it's just hardness with your own self, your parenting, whatever. Whenever those hard moments come, I want you to remind yourself that those hard moments are not going to break you, that God is even in those hard moments. The word tells us that when we are weak, he is strong. So when all these weak moments and it's hard and we're tired, that's when we pull on the people that God has sent our way. We are not in this thing by ourselves. If we pull on the people, if we trust God and we look up and remember why we are here and what we are called to do, we'll be able to get through those hard things. And so that's what I want to leave with you, because if we're honest, the way the world is right now is hardness all around us. And it's sometimes hard to find the joy. It's hard to find the peace, but it's there. And I encourage you to press through, because on the other side, there's so much glory, so much glory. So I can do hard things, and so can you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you again so much, sis, for just coming on the show and just blessing us with just your encouragement, just your light. Just thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking.
How can everybody follow you and continue to support your journey?
So if you, my website is www.amandaeaddy.com. On there, you'll find out more about me, what I'm doing, all of that good stuff. On social media, on Facebook, you can follow my page, The Literary Enthusiast. On IG, Instagram, I am Words Girl Amanda. On TikTok, I'm not on TikTok as much, but y'all might have some listeners who's on TikTok that I'm that Words Girl on TikTok. Is there anything else? I think that is it. But if you ever want to purchase any of my books, you can go to www.wordiswhatido.com and you'll see some of my books as well as some of my services. And so that is how you can connect with me. And I would love, after you listen to the show, if you want to reach out, let's talk. I would love to hear your story and help you creatively change the world.
Awesome. Well, I know you're going to hear from me, so
yeah.
Okay. But yes, thank you so much, sis. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. I love this. This has been one of the highlights of my day. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. So guys, there it is. Thank you all so much again for just tuning into the show. And if you would like to sow a seed, it's not mandatory, but if you would like to sow a seed to, help continue to push forward the vision of the Williams-Bey Radio Show, because I have the best videographer, that does all the works behind the scenes. And guess what? I pay her. Listen, I pay her. Yeah. So if you guys want to help support the show, to continue to bring it in such excellent, you can do so by sowing a seed via Cash App at Bey Radio Show, or actually it's on Williams-Bey Radio Show. I'm sorry, $ Williams-Bey Radio Show. Again, that is $ Williams-Bey Radio Show. Again, I am your destiny pusher, Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey, and it is a wrap. But be sure that you tune in next Friday at 12 noon, because what time will it be? It will be time to continue to push forward so that way God can restore you and push you forward into your destiny. I love you guys so much. I pray you all have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next week. God bless.
Thank you for tuning in to the Williams-Bey Radio Show here on Rejoice 101.3. To be a guest or to become a partner of our show, please be sure to email me at cindy@beyradioshow.com. To stay up to date with us and to catch the replay, visit us at www.beyradioshow.com. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Bey Radio Show. And again, this is your Destiny Pusher, Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey, and I need you to meet me back next Friday at the same time so that God can restore you and spring you forth into your destiny.